This is how it feels to be lonely. I'm so lonely. Oh, it hurts. I'm lonely. Friendship is something that I know is extremely valuable just because I'm a human and I understand how humans work. We like to be around other humans because we kind of need people. But I feel like in 21st century life, it feels like having friends is like the premium battle pass paywall type shit. Like that shit is difficult. I think mainly just because we've convinced ourselves, or we've been convinced by, you know, maybe our phones, by society, by whatever, that we don't actually need each other. I think that's the elephant in the room. We've kind of been convinced that we don't need each other. What we need is more money. What we need is more fame. What we need is more notoriety. What we need is more followers. What we need is more bitches on your dick, you know? So, like, whatever it is. And I think for someone like me in my situation, I'm 30. Yeah, I'm unk. Well, not 30. I'm 29. I'm almost 30. I'm getting there. So I'm very close to unk stage, if not already in unk stage. And I've just realized like a lot of my friendships that I had, that I built when I was like in my 20s or my late teens or whatever, like we're just not really close anymore. We're just not really close anymore. I don't really feel close to many people. I've got my fiance, got my brothers, my sister, my parent, my mum, RP dad. And yeah, it's like my circle's very, very small. And I think that wouldn't be a problem if I felt like deeply connected to the people in my circle, but I don't. I'll be honest. I feel like there's a disconnect. And I don't know if this is like fully a societal problem or like a personal problem. I don't know if it's just like maybe I'm not fully prioritizing it enough and putting enough energy and time into it. But I think like this is something probably we can all relate to. I feel like we're all a lot lonelier than the last generations of humans were. And I think a massive reason is our phones. We are all addicted to convenience, man. And I think I saw a post recently that said like the price of community is inconvenience. And I think that's just the elephant in the room. No one wants to be inconvenienced anymore. If anything is like more than an hour to get to, it's like, eh. If you like have to move your schedule around to meet someone, it's like if you have to choose meeting a friend or for coffee or for food over like working on your business or working on your career or whatever, most people will be like, the ROI isn't, it's not really doing, it's not really, the ROI isn't ROIing on that investment. And I think that's the sad part, man. We're all looking to get something out of every single action that we make throughout the day. Like we're constantly calculating the reward for everything we do, and I think we're just hooked on fucking dopamine, man. We're fucking hooked on that shit, right in the vein. There's times where I've been invited to go do stuff, to go meet people, to go hang out with people, and a lot of times, like, especially now that I live kind of out of the way, it's just like I check the journey time, hour and a half. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. I'd rather just like chill, make some videos, work on the business, do X or Y. And I think that is why I've ended up in my situation right now, where I don't have a lot of people in my life. And I'm being a bit vulnerable here, which maybe you guys aren't used to. You probably are actually if you watch my fucking channel. I just trauma dump on you guys every week. But I feel like I've always felt a bit lonely. Like I don't think I've ever felt like fully part of like a group of guys or a group of people in general that I've actually felt like my people. I think I've constantly like tried to like bend myself to fit into different boxes just to kind of avoid feeling alone, to avoid feeling isolated. And I used to think this was like a very rare experience and a rare feeling, and everyone else was just had their own group of friends and they could do it, and I was just weird. No, it's. I've definitely learned that it's an experience a lot of people go through. Well, a lot more people than I thought, and this makes me think like, what are we missing? Like all the like people on the edge of friend groups and stuff. Like, what are we missing? I think what we're probably missing is the trust in ourselves, or maybe even just the self the self-respect to actually ask people for more, to like be that inconvenience, to like go out on a limb and be like, hey, let's go do this, and risk them saying, nah, I don't want to, or maybe another time. And I guess it's due to having this really high or this really low tolerance for rejection, which again, I think might be related to my potential autism. Well, maybe we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I don't know if this is just like something a lot of us experience, but I was someone who had like a lot of like quite traumatic experiences when it comes to friendship as a kid. Like a lot of times where I was like bullied, or a lot of times I was like made fun out of or isolated from the group. And I think I've always had this sense that like I don't belong places, or I don't belong with people. And I'm not sure if that came before or after my experiences, but I know it's still with me, because there's been situations and opportunities for me to like have a group of people, have a group of guys or whatever that I hang out with on a consistent basis, and I always find a way to separate myself, take a step back, and just be like, yeah, I don't think this is it. And maybe I've got like this sense of inferiority or superiority when it comes to certain type of people. Like honestly, there's certain type of people that I just don't want to be friends with. Like, let's be honest, if you're like a bit of a loser, if you don't have anything going for you in your life and you just wanna like chill with me and chat shit all the time, I'm kind of good on that. I'll be honest. Maybe it's on me, but I don't think I don't think that's too much to ask for like to have people in your life that you respect, that you look up to in some sort of measure. It doesn't have to be like their wealth or their status, but it can just be like maybe they ooh, shit, get off me. Getting attacked by a fly in this bitch. Nasty ass boy. It doesn't have to be like something material. It doesn't have to be something like about their status. It can just be like their character. Maybe they're quite funny. Maybe they're quite a friendly person. Maybe there's something like about them, like they're very loyal. They're very intelligent on a certain, like just someone that has something about them. I think there's too many guys out there that are just fucking boring as hell. Like their whole life is just around talking about girls, talking about basic boring shit. And it's like, yeah, I'm too old for those conversations now. But yeah, I'm just yapping here. Let me know what you guys. Let me know if this is relatable. Let me know if you guys are lonely as well. Hell yeah, lonely gang, lonely gang. Um, yeah, man. But I do know life is beautiful, and there are people out there that are looking for someone like you. Maybe you're just hiding. Maybe you're just hiding in plain sight. At least that's what I'm telling myself. W cope. But yeah, man. Speak to you guys soon. Love you guys, man. Maybe you guys are my friends. Talk to me. Let's chat. Hit my DMs, bruh. Info in the bio as well if you wanna have a chat about shit. But yeah. Speak soon. Mwah.